What's goody? We back with another video, and so let's talk about something. It's November. You know what that means. You want to start on your new streak. You don't want to relapse for this whole month, right? So you're pretty strong. Pretty strong. You know, it's the first week. Maybe a couple days go by. Doing pretty good. Feel good too. As a matter of fact, you decided to go to the gym, you decided to eat healthy, but then takes a couple scrolls and you see a couple videos and you go out to the gym and you go outside and you don't lower your gaze, you indulge with your eyes. It takes you home alone with nothing to do. I don't even know why I'm talking like that, but you get the picture. Eventually you relapse again and you feel like trash, you feel dirty, you feel foggy minded, you feel not disciplined, you feel like slow, you feel sluggish. A lot of people have dealt with this problem. You're not alone, especially me. I've dealt with this in the past and I'm here to help. How do we deal with this problem that a lot of young men face today? The first thing you got to do when it comes to relapsing, when it comes to your streak, first thing to keep in mind is do not beat up on yourself. Do not be so hard on yourself, because I've had this problem and honestly, like, I just downed myself the whole day. It made me feel even worse. And at that point, I had it down bad because I'd be like, oh, well, I already did it once. I'm already at 0. Might as well go again. And just know, like, if you lasted so long without relapse, then have some pride in that you have progress, right? You know, take it easy, relax. Focus on what needs to be done, right? And so what needs to be done, what you need to do is make sure you drink water. Make sure that you re-nourish your body with healthy food. Don't do what you just did. Don't relapse and then start eating junk, because it's like, no, re-nourish your body. Healthy mind, healthy body. I always say that. I always said that in my last videos. You're less likely to relapse with that in mind. The first actionable step that you can take to stop relapsing is change what you're looking at, change what you're consuming, even music you're listening to. I promise you, bro. Because some music goes way too in depth, right? And it might be a fire song. I do not blame you. But what are you feeding your mind? The over-sexualization of certain content is not good when it comes to fighting your urges. So you really got to be selective with what you watch and what you listen to, the people that you talk to. And this is just in general. You should already be doing this. You want to change the content that you consume. If you swiping and you see twerking and all that stuff like that, put not interested, unfollow it, mute it, hide it. Don't overindulge. Right away, lower your gaze. And especially when you're out in the gym or you're outside, lower your gaze. I know a lot of guys, I know how you guys be, yeah, oh my God. Like, you know, like, don't do all that. Have self-control, be disciplined, and just lower your gaze. Because you wouldn't want somebody else doing that to your woman. And you shouldn't be doing all that, yeah, and all that stuff like that in the first place if you're not going to go up and talk to her. What's the point of staring and doing all this if you're not even going to go up to her? Now, if you have the courage to go up to her and go talk to her and introduce yourself, I understand. Okay, cool. Kudos to you. But there's no point in overindulging with your eyes if you're not going to do anything about it. So summary is change the content that you're consuming, music, videos, social media, and lower your gaze actually, and change your mindset. Don't be all like after somebody if you're not going to do anything, if you're not going to go up and introduce yourself respectfully. Another actionable step you can take, probably the last one, is change your identity, and not in a literal sense, but in the sense of, I would talk about the way of the warrior, being a warrior, being disciplined, a disciplined man. How much of a disciplined man, how much of a fraud would I be if I keep on indulging and participating in this action and relapsing? I always thought it was cool. I always saw it as a strength when I would watch these movies of like James Bond or Peaky Blinders with Thomas Shelby and Batman and all that stuff. They got all these attractive women throwing themselves at them, and they didn't let their urges consume them. They walked away stoically. They could just walk away stoically, like, you ain't even know that, get off me. I always thought that was a strength, because a lot of guys will fold. No doubt, 97% of guys would fold if they had an attractive girl throw themselves at them. But these guys are such G's that they're just like, yo, like, get off me. I got work to do. And so I always saw that as a strength. And it was an identity that I wanted to associate with myself, that I don't let my urges or other people exploit me through the emotion of lust or love, but I choose. And I just talked about this in one of my last videos of do not let yourself be guided by lust or love. So when I mean changing your identity, is being the disciplined warrior. At least that's what it was for me. Being able to choose, having a choice, being able to walk away when I wanted to, or deciding to stay when I wanted to. Basically change and evolve to who you are, so that you're no longer that person that consumes over-sexualization of content of social media, that you're no longer that person that indulges with their eyes and listens to all this stuff that makes you relapse. You no longer become that person. And another like little tip I want to throw in there, honorable mention, before I conclude this video, is that, and there's a lot of different information out there, follow what's best for you, follow what works for you. And with that, I'll conclude with saying that with relapsing, with indulging in all these things, it's a sign that you're not on your purpose, and that you don't have a purpose, or you're distracted from your purpose. You have too much time on your hands. So it's time for you to get to work. it's time for you to focus, because the person that you want to be, the future you that's out there is waiting for you, and you're prolonging it. And you know in your mind that he wouldn't do something like that. He wouldn't relapse. He doesn't struggle with his feelings of lust. And with the more important matters he has in his hands, which is you, he becomes a more disciplined man. He stays focused on what's important. And with these tips, you will bounce back and become more stronger from it. I promise you. But you have to implement it. You have to take the steps. You have to be willing to do the stuff. Honestly, there was things that I tried to use, like an app blocker, or like the search blocker, whatever it was, but that stuff never really worked for me. You just press one button and it's gone, right? And so my actual conclusion is, what I want to say is that everybody has their own different methods of dealing with it. Obviously you can shift and adjust, but what matters is that you're making progress. So even if you do relapse between the time of you watching this video and like in the future, make sure that it's with progress. Me personally, I'm not the type of person to like track, like, okay, I did it like 5 days, now I got to do it 6, or like now I got to wait till 6 days. I'm not that type of person. I'm more better off just going cold turkey and stopping any bad habit. Whatever works for you. Basically what I want to say is that you adjust it to you. Like how I said before, what matters is that you're growing and you're progressing, and that it doesn't get in the way of your path. And that's pretty much it, man. I love bounce back stronger, faster, and better. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm done talking. I'm done ranting. Peace.